everybody, my name is Sabina, and yeah, this Friday was a crazy one. I had lots of things to do, but finally I made this video. I'm making this video. Okay, I've got a few questions to answer, and the first one is why am I crazy about my city? Well, because it's a combination of history and geographic variety, peace, and very well-known monuments and places. First of all, I said history. What does it mean? Well, in here, just happened some important events in the history, and somewhere near the city, kings and queens found their eternal peace. There talking about geographic variety, the city is surrounded by mountains, and you can find it here streams and hills, and a lot of forest, and a lot of things, and rivers, of course. For example, we've got a Tree Valley forest that is well known. In here, you can spend your time and just hang out with your friends or spend quality time with your family. You can walk in the forest and just if you hope to store a few minutes of precious rest from your hectic life, it's just perfect. But if you are a professional hiker, I don't recommend Tree Valley Forest. Tree Valley Forest isn't for adventure and for adrenaline. It's just for people that love walking, and yeah, if you are a professional hiker, maybe you would like to go to the mountains that surround the city. Of course, this city is also peaceful. It's perfect for families that just look for a quiet life. And yeah, it's full of peace, and there aren't any traffic jams. It isn't like Bucharest, and it's absolutely perfect, we can say. And in this city, it is something for everybody. For example, if you are a film buff, there is a Trivale cinema and the Cinema City cinema, where you can find your favorite movies. Or if you are a foodie, there are plenty of restaurants with wonderful food and mouth-watering meals. Or if you are a bookworm, there's a big library in the city center where you can find a lot of books, lots of interesting books. Yeah, talking about table tennis now. I want to First, I want to start with something. Hats off for the real tennis players. I mean, the one that play on the field tennis. I've taken up tennis lessons since I was little. I was very young, but I feel tennis isn't a field that interests me. It is absolutely exhausting, and every time after the tennis lesson ends, I feel like I would collapse to the ground every second. I was absolutely exhausted, so I just gave up tennis lessons and started to play table tennis, and that was since it doesn't require a lot of skills, it is much easier for me. You have just to run from a corner to the other of the table tennis, and that's not very exhausting. I mean, yeah. And you need just spare minutes, a table, and a ball, and that's all. You don't need a partner. You can play it at the wall. The problem is that when it is windy, it is very difficult to play table tennis. Okay, now the third question and the last one. Which do I prefer? City centers or maybe little shops? Well, it's highly unlike. Well, I'm not really crazy about malls and city centers because, yeah, I am really passionate about going into the small shops if I want to buy something. And why? Because in the city center it is very crowded. There are lots of people that look for different products, that hunt for things at half price, and every time I get queasy when I'm in the mall, and it's awful. And after I buy a present in the mall, my mom drags me into other shops. She said we have to do the shopping, but clothes bore me to tears. So I despise it. So I just prefer to go in small shops where I can easily find some things that maybe I wouldn't find in the malls, because in the mall you just find well-known brands, and little things sometimes bring a lot of happiness to their owners, and they're cheap. I think that are very cheap, and of course the little shops aren't that crowded, for sure. And yeah, that's why I prefer going to little shops when I have to buy a present for someone's birthday. Well, that's all for today. Bye!